Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so let's do another vlog. This week, patch 7.3.2 hit the background downloader, which means it is ready for action pretty much. They can still upload like minor changes to it, but for the most part, we got a release candidate. It's on the downloader. It's gonna happen soon. And what patch 7.3.2 does, and maybe I'll do a video about this where I've done some actual research instead of what I'm telling you right now, which is just what I kind of think and feel is happening. It is basically preparing WoW for the release of Antorus, so after 7.3.2 goes live, the only thing they're going to need to do is like flip the switch in order to let us into the raid zone. As far as I'm concerned, this is further evidence for the theory that that is going to happen like the Tuesday following BlizzCon, and this is just getting everything ready. The other thing that I'm pretty sure is happening in 7.3.2, there's an NPC that will trade you, or that you can trade your Primal Sargerite to in exchange for something useful. I don't know, maybe it's trade goods like for the Blood of Sargeras. I'm gonna find out and then make a video with like useful information, I promise. But I am relieved to find out that there's going to be something I can do with my Primal Sargerite, because as somebody that doesn't really craft, I'm just staring at the stuff stacking up like, well, that's just a bag slot. Like, this does not help me at all. Also related to patches and stuff, they have officially updated the beta number. There's no beta yet, but they have updated the beta number to be officially 8.0, which is preparation for an 8.0 beta, like the expansion after Legion. I would expect to see at BlizzCon an announcement of when the beta will start. It will be like some weeks, and then it's going to be like more than a couple weeks. And that marks the beginning of the season that I like to call personally freaking out every time I get an email from Blizzard and then finding out that they're just promoting like a holiday or like a new hero in the Nexus. Basically waiting for a beta invite so I can actually get in there and test things and make videos, and then getting like eternally disappointed when it doesn't happen. Or at least this is what happened last year. Maybe this year will be better. I can cross all of my fingers. But it's a very stressful time of year. Other things going on in WoW this week, it is Hallow's End as of the day before yesterday. I really ruined my sleep schedule recently, and I have mildly lost track of the date, but Hallow's End has started. It is running until November the 1st, and now is the time to go farm your Headless Horseman's reins if you don't have them already and if you want them. Make sure that if you are running the Horseman encounter for the reins, of course once per day per character, but in spite of the event scaling down to level 23, Blizzard has confirmed in a blue post yesterday that the Horseman's Reins can only drop out of the epic version of the Loot-Filled Pumpkin, which is available in the current expansion level. So basically, level 100 plus characters only. So if you've been creating new alts and then getting them to level 23 to run this, or, you know, creating Death Knights or whatever, it's not gonna work. Focus your attentions on your level 100 plus characters. And of course, Demon Hunters still exit their starting zone at 100 plus, so if you really have a lot of time, you could, you know, do the Demon Hunter thing. But I wish you the best of luck. Hallow's End brought us a new pet this year. I did do like a longer video going over everything that I could possibly think of to say regarding Hallow's End. But basically, we got a new pet, and then of course, it's another opportunity to get the existing pets and toys. So check your journal, see if there's anything that you're missing that you want to catch up on. And don't forget to take advantage of that 2-hour Wicker Man buff, 10% rep, 10% experience. 2 hours, which is a relief, because I feel like 1 hour is just not long enough to do anything. At least not the way I play WoW, which is extremely distractedly. And then the other thing is that if you can get your hands on one of those magic brooms, those are just super handy. You throw that in your mount keybind until November 1st, because there's no cast time on it. You can just like zip up and run around, and then, you know, archaeology or mining or world quests, or it's just kind of handy to have. Plus, you look extra spooky, and that's very important. It's Friday, and that means I'm going to be streaming this afternoon. A rough blueprint for what I am doing on today's stream is going to be, I want to finish my personal family fighter. Yesterday-ish, I finished the last strats for Gloamwing, and I'm going to try and have that video out over the weekend. But basically, the first 2 pet strats that I put out, I actually did in the PTR, and I never went back and did them on live. So I figure I'll do that on my stream, get my Felclaw Marsul, probably be kind of disappointed by the fact that I did 180 pet battles for another Marsul that's not really different in any way aside from the name. That, and then it is Burning Crusade time walking, so I plan to run some time walking dungeons with viewers like we've done before. That's always a good time. And maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll see somebody get a, I can't remember names of anything. You know what I'm talking about. It's like a Time Drake. It's not called Time Drake. There's no way. Hang on. The Reigns of the Infinite Time Reaver. I was never going to get that without looking it up. Maybe we'll see somebody get one of that. Apparently you guys are really good luck on streams for mounts, so, you know, fingers crossed. Questions from this week. Kayla asks, which of the Hallow's End pets are most useful to have, and any advice for getting enough tricky treats without spending all week flying to a billion different candy buckets? I feel you. So as far as the first part of your question, the Hallow's End pets that are most useful, as far as the garrison capture ones, I would say the Ghastly Rat comes up more than the other 2. I couldn't tell you exactly why off the top of my head, but I know that I've used him before. But all of those are really easy to get and don't involve farming much, so I wouldn't skip out on those. The Feline Familiar is a really good source of magic damage and an undead pet. You might have that one already because that one's been available for quite a few years, but still very useful. Also super cute with like a little hat and then flies around on a little broom with you. And then as far as the newer ones, I would say Widget the Departed is more useful than Cursed Berman. They're very similar. They've got very similar movesets, but Widget the Departed runs with 325 speed, which works well with his pounce. And then in addition to that, he can take a Call Darkness. He's got a combo. The last one I would say is the brand new one, Naxi. I haven't had a chance to use him because he is brand new, but his moveset looks juicy. Like, he's literally pulling juice from other people to heal himself with, and he's got a really big health pool. I'm surprised that they didn't add like some kind of Hallow's End event pet battle where you basically fight a boss version of Naxi, because that would have been annoying because he heals a lot. And then as far as advice for the candy thing, first of all, if you are farming candy for the battle pet specifically, and you have more gold than time, check the auction house and keep an eye on the auction house. Those pets are cageable and tradable, so you should be able to find some on the auction house. The prices are going to be kind of high at first, and they may fall towards the end of the event as people are trying to offload the stock. I wouldn't wait until the last day, but I would just kind of keep an eye on that, see if you can buy any of the ones that you're missing without doing the tricky treat thing. And then if you are going to farm tricky treats, I would say figure out how many things you're going to buy. So let's say that I wanted 3 pets and the 2 toys. I would take 5 alts, and on each one of those, I would queue for the Headless Horseman every day. That doesn't take very long, especially if that alt has a healing or tanking spec, and that can be done at a lower level. You're not going to see the Horseman's brains drop, but you can do it as low as level 23. So take as many alts as things you want, queue the Horseman every day on them, and then by the end of the event, you should have not all of the candy that you need, but at least a good chunk of it. And then you'll be able to do the candy buckets for the rest of it. With that in mind, maybe don't do it on a level 23 character, because getting to candy buckets would be a pain in the butt on that. Something that can fly. But yeah, my best advice is to take full advantage of the Headless Horseman daily, and then the other dailies. It's really just a grind. There's no super easy way out of it. But the reason I suggest this is I always go real ham farming the candy buckets and getting really bored on the first day to get my thing. And then I keep queuing the Horseman through the rest of the event. And then at the end of the event, I've got like an extra 80 candy. And I'm like, well, I could have saved myself some time. Aileen asks, will you be making any Hazelnuttygames BlizzCon t-shirts so we can show support? If not this year, then perhaps the year that you attend BlizzCon. So I love that idea. I would love to have shirts. There's no way I'm gonna have any this year. There's just no way. And the first time that I do shirts, I want to make them really good. Like, I want to be really, really happy with the design. I want it to have flattering placement on the shirt. I want it to look good on both a men's and women's cut shirt. I want it to be a Hazelnutty shirt without you needing to know about Hazel to appreciate that it's a cool shirt. I have like really high dreams for this potential one-day shirt. So definitely not this year. I would hope and have a lot of fingers crossed that by the time I do finally get myself to BlizzCon that I would be able to do something like that. So I love the idea. Definitely not this year. Hopefully when I get to BlizzCon, which is hopefully next year, but I'm flakier than a pie crust that's been made properly, so don't get your hopes up. Ed Kelly asks, do you only play Alliance or do you do Horde at all? So I used to do both. I've gone back and forth over the years. I spent all of MOP playing pretty much exclusively Horde characters. However, since the beginning of Warlords and all of Warlords and now all of Legion, I have been consistently Alliance only, with the only exception being when I play Arena. Whenever I'm active in Arena, I'll keep a Druid on either side so that I can queue with more people. But for the most part, I've been maining Alliance for a couple of years now. And the longer I play Alliance, the bluer my blood gets, and the more Alliance, like, merch and swag I accumulate. And I don't think I would really go back. Maybe something would make me go back, I guess, if my guild transferred. You guys see this cat? I don't know if she's in the frame. She really only ever does this if I'm on camera. I swear she knows. That's not true, actually. She'll cuddle sometimes, but typically she'll like jump up and walk around my desk and then sit on my keyboard and add like a bunch of M's and N's to my whatever I'm working on. She's just extra cute and she knows people can see. So that has been my week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions you would like answered on a vlog, please leave them as comments on the most recent vlog. Stream this afternoon and then another stream tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow morning. It's a baking stream and we're making the sugar dusted shoe twists from the World of Warcraft cookbook. It's a type of pastry. I've never made it before. I'm going to butcher it. And that's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so 1 p.m. Eastern, evening-ish Europe. I'm really good at time. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.